All in all, if I help somebody, it feels good inside, but there's easier clients and harder clients.
Okay, so that's the first place is what do you like doing, right? Then the second part is where can you have the most impact? And so, case in point, for our podcast, like in my TED talk, we could help anybody who wants to do government contracting. That's lots of small businesses love the idea of government contracting, right? But that's not who we're targeting. We're targeting the ones who want to understand the other side. So what that turns into, most of the people we can help the most are ones who already have a contract because they understand what a contracting officer is. So they understand why that matters. They understand I need to know what the contracting officer is thinking so I can do my job better. So let's go back to the therapist part. Thinking in terms of who can you help the most? Who are you going to have the most leverage? Is it men? Is it women? Is it people in their 40s? Is it people who want to move from X to Y? Like, who are you helping the most? That's how you decide. And if, frankly, if your answer is, honestly answer is, I want to help everybody be able to drink more water. Okay, everybody needs that. That is, you're not going to niche that down. But if you answer that, because not everybody needs this, but if your passion and frankly, your skill is niched to, I connect the most with my customers who are women between 25 and 45. Even if you don't know why that is, if that's a fact you can see, if you see most of your customers, what's the Pareto principle, the 80-20 rule?
Yeah.
If 80% of your customers are not in that group, but the 20% who are, those are the ones who are seeing you the most. You're having the most impact with them. They're coming to you. They're referring the most people to you. You relate to them the most. Pick a reason, but you have to pay attention to that. And then once you see that, then you can start to use the Pareto principle and say, okay, the 20% that I'm having the most impact with, and then let the other 80% go. And that's when the niching really starts to kick in.
Sweet. That was absolutely helpful. And I was thinking about this therapist. Maybe they liked working with parents because they would feel more like that was a generational thing. Is that a big enough niche, or does it have to be the dad or the mom, or do they have to be a certain age?
That's a judgment call. For me, the micro niche, I would go as low as you can go to the point where it's almost uncomfortable. So, for example, it's uncomfortable for me to say, we are helping people who want to understand what the other side is thinking. Because that's really probably only, 20% of the people who are in government contracting or think most of I just want to sell something. Well, if you just want to sell something, there are businesses that can help you. But if you really want to understand how to do government contracting well, and by the way, there's two reasons I'm so gung-ho for this. One is I believe as a nation, if we do government acquisition, because we've decided, since before the Civil War, we're going to have contractors do stuff. Like, this isn't a new thing. Like, we as a society have decided it's better to hire professional podcasters than hire government employees to do podcasting. Like, that's like most of the media that's coming out of DC done by contractors. So I believe we do that well, we're better off as a nation, right? That's the first part. The second part is, as a business providing that service, this is an evergreen environment. If you provide a service well to the government and you can provide it to this agency, there's 100 agencies you can help. It's a huge opportunity. But I'm looking for those people who, I want to solve this problem. The ones who are just like, yeah, I'm just looking to make money. There's lots of ways to make money. There's plenty of podcasts for you. Knock yourself out. But the ones who are like, I want to understand how to do this well. It's a difficult thing for me to say from the perspective of, well, I'm leaving the other 90% off the table who just want to make money. But guess what? There's a huge, piranha pile of blood red water to fight for that business. Lots of people are offering that service. Whereas what we have is, this is a niche that I think only us and like a couple other podcasters have.
Okay. And so going back to us figuring out how to niche, you had 3 questions. You said, who's currently buying from me?
Right.
What is it that they're buying?
Right.
And what's the reason behind?
Yeah, why they're buying. Right.
Yeah. Good stuff. Anything else when it comes to niching down that a listener might need to hear?
Let's see. Again, it's going to be uncomfortable. because you have to say no. You have to say no to things. You have to know what to say no to. The nice thing about that, though, is it'll be uncomfortable for a while when you say no to things, but what you'll discover is it makes it easier to say no. Because being able to feel like, I don't know if I can help these folks, feeling's not really a good way to go. Whereas you say, this is my niche. Like, this is the problem that we solve. You don't have that problem. And that's how you build referral networks. And you send them to people, you can send them to people who actually can help them. Like if you're coming to us and you just want a connection to some government employee, there's a company that does that exclusively. I will send you to them. That's not what we do. We help you how to manage the process to actually win the contracts better. So knowing what you're going to spend your time on is a big part of niching down. And then once you've done it, it's easier to tell who can I help and who can I not help. And by the way, your advertising is going to get less expensive because you're niched to, I'm only for our therapist. Let's say they were doing Facebook ads. They know who they're looking for. They're not just anybody who wants therapy. They may want women between 25 and 40 who have at least one kid. Like you just cut your ad budget by like 80% because now you're not trying to compete with, Coca-Cola and advertise to everybody.